We up. Once that thing starts saying record, we up. And we up. Yo, Wagwan. Welcome back. This is Sports Time Zone in the building. Yours truly, brother. I know I'm saying.
TZ
Day, what's good with you?
Yeah,
I know what
how
it
you
is.
feeling?
Hey, feeling good. Yo, all new Sports Time Zone. We back in effect. We got a whole new revamped roster. We doing everything live for y'all. We got my man Q the Beat in the building. Producer for the Time Zone. Holla at the boys. What's good with you, Q?
What's good? What y'all up to? Let's get it.
We in here. Yo, Dave, introduce your mans, Dave.
Yeah, so we got my man for the one and only 313 Detroit City. You know what I'm saying?
What up, though?
Another basketball.
What up, dog? Appreciate you over
What's good?
Sports Time Zone. We finna get into it.
That's what's up, yo.
Cash
All of y'all out there,
Get into it.
y'all make sure y'all hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. We going up.
Follow
It's
that
the
IG
only podcast.
Zone. Go hit that
Sports
like
Time
button,
_ zone. Y'all see it. We the only sports podcast that's bringing you two different generation of sports takes. Me and my man Q representing for the OGs, and then we got TZ, Dave, and KJ representing for the young cats in the building. So, hey, we going up with it, man. A lot been going on. We're gonna jump right into it. TZ, Dave, why don't you talk to us about what's been going on with these trades, man? There's a lot of trades been going on in the NBA.
Yeah, it's
since
been
we ain't been
some
talking
big
sports
names.
in a while. A lot happened. What's good?
Some big names been moved around. A lot of people coming in trying to get a new environment, join new teams. We got one of them. We got DeJounte Murray. Got traded from the Atlanta Hawks to the New Orleans Pelicans. I know y'all boys seen that. How y'all feel about that?
New Orleans.
What you got, KJ? How you feel about it?
I like it. I think they needed a guard there to really had the ball a lot. What y'all think they gonna do though? Y'all think they gonna rock it out with him and Brandon Ingram and Zion, or they about to ship Ingram off somewhere?
What you got, Q? Our boy coming here with
I got something, but I'm gonna save mine. I'm gonna let Q go, and then I'm gonna jump in. But I got a thought on that. Go ahead, Q. Oh, Q on mute. Hold on, let's unmute Q. Q, you on mute.
Okay, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I was saying they need to keep it together if they're gonna try to get over there. You know, because it seemed like that's something they were missing. It's his type of style of play. So I think they try to keep it together with him on the team. And if that's the case, then they look good. Murray got some game.
I feel like they gotta keep Ingram just because I feel like the wing, they need a wing too. If they get rid of the wing, I feel like they're kind of more or less are vulnerable on defense. Like, so Zion might have to play two positions at once. Really?
Yeah, I think they in good shape. I mean, at the end of the season, they were saying it was probably inevitable they was gonna trade Ingram, but with DeJounte Murray there to take some of the load off him, because Ingram kind of had it hard in the playoffs with no Zion.
Yeah. They just gotta find a balance.
And we were saying this too. We were saying, Dave, when we was covering the Pelicans playing games and then they whole first round, we were saying they ain't got no point guard. They ain't really have nobody to handle the ball. Ingram ain't really a point guard. He's a playmaker. He can make plays, but he's not a point guard. Alvarado, he's a good defender. He's a good point guard, but he's not a starting caliber point guard. He's more of a backup. So with them bringing in DeJounte, they getting a double threat. They getting to someone who can handle the ball, who can play make, and who can score the ball and shoot the three at a high clip. They didn't have none of that last year.
And he playing defense.
Yeah, that's the thing. He played defense.
Point guard too.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they definitely just added to the Wild Wild West. Now we got to worry about what's going on in New Orleans now.
For real.
Exactly. So So with that being said, how far y'all think they go next year? You think that gets them out of the first round next year? Because they was a first round exit last season. So you think with this trade, does that move them into the second round, or do you see them in the same spot? Anybody?
I see him in the first round. I don't know.
I think it depends on Zion. I think if Zion take a leap, we could easily see them in the conference finals next year if he bowls out to be what he is when he available. You know, it's about Zion healthy. Now I wouldn't count out New Orleans, but they definitely need all
Where do you
hands.
see him in the West? You think they go
what happened with Brandon Ingram
top 10? What do you think they stand to be? Like, where you see him in the West? All healthy.
The West too tough. We seen Sacramento go from 3 to missing the playoffs.
Easily.
The West too tough. There's no guaranteed spots left.
Facts.
I'm gonna put them around that 6-7 seed. The West
I put them around the 6.
Yeah,
I put them around the 6. I mean, let's not forget. I mean, they were Zion. Last time we saw Zion, he put up like a 40 ball against the Lakers, and it wasn't until he had this mysterious calf or hamstring. I don't know what it was. You said it was a calf, right, TZ? You said it was his calf or his hamstring. I don't know hamstring. His hamstring. Before that, he was cooking LeBron. He was cooking AD. He was cooking the whole Lakers squad until he pulled that and had to run out the game. So, like KJ said, depending on his health, if he healthy, the sky's the limit for these boys. So I could see them anywhere from that 6 up to possibly a 4, you know, because again, we don't know what the West gonna look like. We don't know who's there. We don't know what Denver is going to look like next year. If their reign at the top is over with, we don't know that. I mean, the Spurs, we're going to talk about that a little later, but they got CP3 now, so they may actually slide into a play-in position, and that may bump everybody else up. So I don't know. I think it just depends on Zion, just like KJ said.
Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like Zion has to be the enforcer now, like be a leader of this team, be the best player that we know he is for this team in order for them to keep moving forward.
Yeah, he got to put his big boy pants on now because all of that, you know, he ain't no young.
Real.
Yeah, he's going to have to start showing improvement.
Yeah. He get tired fast. Like, he'll have that night like you was talking about, but some reason the next game, he's not available. I think he gave it all he got. And he can't go. Can't go.
Another trade we got too. We got Klay Thompson signing with the Dallas Mavericks for 3 years, $50 million.
Ooh, I like that.
How you feel about that?
I like that one.
Where you see Dallas moving to in this during this season?
I like the move. I feel like with how competitive the West is, I can't say that secure them another spot in the finals next year, but I feel like it definitely keep them in contention, even with losing Tim Hardaway Jr. I think it's an upgrade because we know how Klay can be, even though he struggled at the end of last season.
Right.
That don't take away from nothing. That's a 4-time champion.
And a shooter. Once a shooter, always a shooter. You know what I'm saying? He never gonna lose that jumper.
Yeah, Luka, Klay, and Kyrie.
PJ Washington and Lively. That's a nice starting 5.
They definitely got a chance to take it back there. They was only 3 games away from the championship.
Yeah. I think it's on Washington. I think if PJ Washington take that leap, then they can take it all the way. With Klay Thompson being added, PJ Washington is that key.
I think PJ he started the game more confidence. Like this playoffs, he was shooting more and like he looked very engaged every game.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, it just
Charlotte, like where they wasn't even in the playoff picture, and now you win the NBA Finals.
Right.
Just to echo what y'all said though about that, like that is an upgrade. Like KJ said, man, Tim Hardaway Jr. gave them boys almost nothing in the finals. That boy was out there. He basically wasn't even there. Like the few minutes that he was playing, he wasn't hitting nothing. Like he was 0 for something one game, then he came back 1 for something the other game, and then he came back, 0 for something. Then he had a DNP. So anything that Klay Thompson gives them is going to be more than what Tim Hardaway Jr. gave them.
I think he got hurt again, like kind of got re-aggravated, so he really couldn't, get back in his full body rhythm, like playing again, because he was just out of rotation for so long. So kind of messes your rhythm up.
With that contract he got, he better suck it up, man, because Tim Hardaway Jr., he ain't getting no league minimum. He out here stealing money. Let's keep it a buck.
He got a good bag.
He got a nice little bag.
We don't need him stealing none of Detroit money. We're gonna need more than 14 points per game now that he put on that Detroit jersey. But we needed a player like Tim Hardaway Jr., like a player that's like in the prime of their career. So, Tim Hardaway, you playing for more money now. So Detroit's the perfect position where we don't got no expectations. You just gotta be the play for the best of your play for another contract. We might be the ones that pay you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good point. Because I think Luka went, and I said this on the show too. I say, don't be surprised if Luka go to that front office and be like, man, you got to get this cat up out of here. Because he ain't really get them nothing. When they needed a third scorer, when Kyrie was being stifled by the Boston defense, when Luka was banged up with his knee and they was dish ragging him all over the place and not giving him no calls, they was looking for a third scorer. And Lively ain't that guy. PJ Washington, God bless his soul, but he's not a third scoring option. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they were looking for that. And without Tim Hardaway Jr., they didn't have that. So I think with Klay Thompson, even if he's not hitting, even if his shot's not going, the attention that he's going to demand is going to free up Kyrie and it's going to free up Luka so that the defense can't just load up on them boys like what Boston was doing to them. Boston was just loading up on them boys because they knew it wasn't nobody to kick the ball out to.
No shooters. Now they got one. They got to be worried about eyes on them every time.
One of the best shooters ever.
Yeah.
Agreed.
60 points, no dribble.
Yeah.
Game 6 Klay.
Indeed.
I know you know Game 6 Klay news. You see.
Hey, yeah, I know Game 6 Klay. They needed Game 6 Klay in that closeout game that sent Golden State home. No, they needed that Klay because Klay left out there with a goose egg. But you know what? In Dallas, it might be a different story. So we'll see what happens. I like that move for Dallas, though. I like that.
And he took a pay cut.
I had to throw a jab.
Klay got offered more money to play in LA, but decided he was a better fit in Dallas. Like, I really think that going somewhere where he confident in his role.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he obviously seen that he could probably achieve more with Dallas than he could in LA, and that's hard to turn down playing with LeBron, AD.
You're gonna get so many shots playing with them. I mean, you will with Luka too, but like the amount of catch and shoots that you get on the Lakers, especially because of AD like being that dominant presence down low, so he gonna get more attention. So that's what I'm saying, that's kick out to Klay and all the other shooters. So it's 50-50. I personally thought he was gonna go to the Lakers though when it all said and done, but
nobody don't want to play with LeBron. Q,
yeah,
what's up?
I was just gonna say that.
What's up?
A couple extra dollars.
Steph say, don't play with LeBron, please, man, please. That boy Steph told him, not there, not anywhere but there, man.
What do y'all think the Lakers like?
We got another big trade too. We got Chris Paul going to the Spurs. Wimby got a point guard.
Hold on, we're gonna get on that, but let's touch on what KJ just said real quick though. We're gonna get into that Spurs trade, Spurs move.
All these free agents.
That's a tough one because
and it's still quiet in LA. The Clippers just lost Paul George. The Lakers ain't got nobody.
Mm-hmm.
It honestly, it ain't really nobody left for them. I mean, DeMar DeRozan, the Lakers are trying to get DeRozan, but so is my Miami Heat. We trying to get DeRozan too. And the way it's looking, it's just not, don't nobody really, and I hate to say nobody want to play with LeBron, but it's something there because remember last summer, the Lakers were trying to get Kyrie also, but Dallas ended up getting him for less money because the Lakers offered Kyrie more money, but he turned that down to go play in Dallas. Now you look at the same scenario now in Klay Thompson. So I'm starting to think, look, LeBron is on his last couple years. Everybody knows that he's a tough superstar to play with. And if things don't go well right away, he'll get you traded. He'll get you up out of there like quickly. So I don't think, especially in his last couple of years, that LeBron is a great recruiting tool like how he used to be. Because people ain't rushing to go play with him no more. So man, to answer your question, KJ, I don't know. Like maybe a little role player here and there, but I don't think nobody big enough to make a significant difference is gonna come sign to LA. And that's kind of sad to see them boys go out like that. But I don't know. What y'all boys think? What you think, QTZ? You think anybody on the horizon finna run to the Lakers?
I think they need a point guard for sure. I
Yeah.
don't think D'Angelo Russell is it no more for them. I don't think he really wants to be there. Like they need a first
And
scoring
he
point
just
guard that
re-up.
get people involved and score at the same time, and get LeBron rest. Because when it comes down to it, LeBron really has the ball more than everybody on the team. So
Right.
he gonna need a rest.
I don't know. It make it hard to want to play there. You know, if you know he gonna get most of the, him and AD, you got to know that you're gonna probably be the third option. So that's kind of it's kind of hard to say. You know, if I'm a player, one of the great players, a point guard, come play with.
Y'all got any names in mind that just come in y'all head? Like y'all thinking any
Yeah.
point guards like in y'all
I
head?
think
Like,
it is that time for LeBron to like take a backseat off, his usage. And it's hard playing, especially with LeBron and being in LA. The expectations are gonna be high. You almost can't have a bad game. We see how they did D'Angelo Russell when he don't play good. So
Yeah.
but I think like maybe like we don't know what Atlanta want to do. They done traded DeJounte. I think Trae Young could still be like a player that the Lakers may want to see if they can get rid of some of their assets for, because Atlanta may be ready to rebuild around the number one pick. But yeah, it's hard playing with LeBron with the expectations that come with it too. Because it's win now with him being at the end of his career.
Exactly.
Facts, 100%. But so to answer your question, so the Chris Paul, like TZ was just saying, Chris Paul just signed with the San Antonio Spurs. I also said this about a month or so ago on the show. I said that Chris Paul would be the perfect fit to play with Wemby because Chris Paul is a veteran. He's at the end of his career. He can mentor Wemby. He can show him the ropes. And Chris Paul is a winner, and Wemby hasn't really experienced winning in his rookie year. So I think it's a perfect fit. I ain't gonna say too much about it, but I think it's a perfect fit for Chris and a perfect fit for Wemby and Coach Pop in the Spurs. Y'all got the floor.
Yeah, I think that's a nice addition. It's like Lob City, That boy that's gonna run a pick and roll. You can throw so many lobs. He should have about 20 assists. He should probably at least one game break the assist record playing with Wemby being Chris Paul. And with the way the coach, they coach, they run a real strict offense over there, really about running the plays. I think he can break the assist record in one game messing around with Wemby. Because last year it just seemed like nobody just wanted to pass him the ball because, I don't know. It kind of seemed like his own players was kind of hating on him, to me, from what I was seeing. Like, it was moments where they could have shared him the rock, and they pulling it or they forcing it. And, it just kind of seemed a little bit of hate coming from some of the players. And, so they young too, so who knows? Dude coming in trying to be the star, he got a big name. How somebody else would feel on the same team. He coming in with his name. So I think it was a lot of hate. I'm glad Chris Paul did, make that decision to come there.
What you thinking, KJ?
I think that was a good signing, especially for Chris Paul, like being at the end of his career, playing with Popovich. Like that's like probably put them in the best position for him to. We haven't seen a postseason without Chris Paul in a long time. When we think about it, we know Wemby can be one of the all-time greats. So you don't want to put too much expectations on them just because they didn't play good last year. And Chris Paul is old, but I mean, you never know what to expect because it did a perfect fit. He a perfect vet for Wemby to teach him like how to handle being the pressure of being a star in the NBA. So I'm excited for it. And I think the Spurs had one of the better drafts out of all the teams in the league. I like Castle from UConn. I think he gonna be good. He gonna get a lot from learning from Chris Paul. Trae Young,
Especially in that system too. The Spurs system is it's so easy playing in the Spurs system. Like, he just so that's a strength he got, I think, too.
Yeah,
Especially
I
for
mean,
Cass.
they
they
can.
got a lot of one dribble plays. Like
Yeah.
point guard dribble once, and then it's boom, pass. You know, that's great for them.
You know, Pop not going for all that ISO play. He like to share the ball, move the ball.
That's
Yeah.
why I was expecting them to get rid of Dillingham when they drafted him, and we ended up seeing him in Minnesota.
Right, yeah.
I don't think he would have fit. Maybe.
I feel you on that. What you think, Noobs?
Yeah, man. I think it's a perfect fit. I also think, like to Q's point, Chris Paul gonna run up a lot of assists with this team. All he gonna have to really do is put the ball anywhere near the rim, and Wemby is right there for it. He ain't gonna have to, And Chris Paul is already the master of the lob pass. And now when you put him in there with a 7'5" or 7, I don't even know how tall Wemby is, really, honestly. Like,
I think he like
but
7'3", 7'2", like for real.
like you put the ball
Crazy.
anywhere near, I think he's taller than that. AQ, look that up real quick. See if you can get
I
it.
think he's 7'4".
7'4". Yeah. So in that system with Greg Popovich, the way that he likes to run his plays, the Spurs have historically always been a high passing team. They're a high assist team. They get a lot of assists. Their bigs pass the ball a lot. Their wing perimeter players pass the ball a lot. Now you got Chris Paul, who's a pass first oriented point guard. I think this is a match made in heaven. To be honest with you, I think this makes San Antonio at the least a play-in team, at the very least, because they were good last year. They couldn't string no wins together. I mean, they weren't a horrible, putrid team. They didn't win a whole lot of games, but you could see glimpses and flashes of how good these boys could be if they had some leadership, some veteran leadership, and they got that now with Chris Paul and Greg Popovich, one of the greatest coaches in basketball history. I think right now he's still at his age a top 5, top 3 coach in the league right now. So when you put that with Chris Paul, with one of the best young superstars to get drafted, Wemby, I think them boys could make the play-in tournament at the very least. Don't be surprised if they get a 7, or I'm sorry, a 6. But I definitely see them at least in the play-in tournament next year for sure.
I like the core too. It kind of feel like they're gonna have a core moving into next year, like Chris Paul, Wemby. You still got Vassell, Shohan. Like they got some nice players around.
Keldon Johnson. Yeah, they got a nice little. They got a nice little squad. I like that, and they all young except for Chris Paul. He gets to basically lead a team full of youngsters, and this is what he always wanted to do. So
this is like similar to his role in OKC. When everybody was OKC, he was the only one left, kind of being the mentor point guard.
This low key, this might extend Chris Paul's career a little bit longer. Like, because him playing on a team like this.
Yeah,
especially if they winning.
Yeah, it might extend.
Ended with Golden State and them not making the playoffs. We might have thought it would have been raps for Chris Paul if he didn't find the right situation. We could have been looking at his farewell tour this year, but maybe another couple of years left in the tank.
He might retire around Bron. I think he's gonna retire around Bron. Like when Bron retires, he's gonna be right behind him.
Yeah, I agree. It's like the evolution.
Yeah, I agree too.
I love it. I hope they go to 45 just to show how humans are evolving. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I like about LeBron. He's still going. Try to go to 45. You know what I mean?
He's still going. He's still going. I know it was a few trades. Then there was also a signing, a couple of free agent re-ups. We saw Donovan Mitchell re-sign with Cleveland Cavs. I think we all kind of saw that coming. I think there was a chance that he was going to try to move to another spot, but Cleveland showed him the bag, and now he's back. So what do y'all think about the Cavs? You think that keeps the Cavs where they at? You think now with him re-sign, you think they're going to do any better next year than what they did this year?
I think so too. Depending on the point guard, I feel like they're gonna move there as Garland, try to put somebody more that fits Donovan Mitchell's style too. so they can really kind of coexist when they play. So I feel like Garland might be on the move, but I like everybody else. I like Okoro, I like Mobley, I like Jerry Allen. They play hard, they play defense, they play the right way. So, and they got a new coach too, so I feel like that gives everybody a fresh start.
Yeah, I agree.
Word.
Definitely got to find a point guard.
Yeah, I think the East getting more competitive. So you know, there's a couple teams that made some big moves that we got to get to. That I think they're gonna have to keep up with, especially with having a new coach. But I like Donovan Mitchell staying in Cleveland. I think he was able to perform just as good as they were planning on when they gutted their team for him. Because Cleveland had to trade a few pieces to attain Donovan Mitchell, not knowing if he wanted to stay, if he was going to test free agency. And so him staying loyal to them, that was a good move.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. Any other moves you want to talk about, TZ, before we go into the closing moments? We're gonna do the closing moments right in here since everybody already here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we ready for that. No, I feel like those are the right moves.
I mean, one more. I just think what y'all expecting from Philadelphia now that
Paul George.
They didn't get checked for tampering. Joel Embiid successfully got Paul George from over there in Philadelphia. So
something was fishy about that. That whole little
he really recruited him on TV. Like when they was at the game in the finals, like he really was like telling them like I'm about to get him, like talking to him like if we get another superstar, hint.
They let it go. Not from here. Philly got Paul George. They didn't have to get nothing up. They got Kelly Oubre back. So,
but you know how I feel,
all NBA player for nothing.
You know, I'm not giving nobody a pass in the East as long as the East still got Giannis Antetokounmpo. So I don't care about any of
Jimmy Butler.
Or Jimmy Butler.
Not even the Villanova Knicks.
Not worried about them either.
I don't see. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned the Knicks because y'all know how I feel about the Knicks.
Oh, don't call it Cam.
Hey, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck with this. When the Knicks signed, when they were able to get Mikal Bridges, I did not think they were going to be able to keep OG Anunoby. I thought that meant OG was gone, especially when OG opted out of that contract. But then they turned around and gave OG a bag, something like 200-something million. So they are all in. They did lose Hartenstein, and Hartenstein was a big piece for them in the playoffs. He was the offensive rebounding force. He got defensive rebound. When Mitchell Robinson went down, Hartenstein stepped up. So I do think they're going to miss him. But it's going to come down to their health. Like it always come down to with Coach Thibodeau and his teams. It's about health. He's never, not since Derrick Rose was the MVP, Thibodeau has never taken a fully healthy roster into the playoffs. Now, Knicks fans say, "Oh no, it ain't got nothing to do with Tibbs. You know, he don't run his players down and nothing." But he be running his players into the ground. And I'm telling you, by the time playoffs come around, somebody ain't gonna be there. And this time it was Julius Randle. Next time around, God forbid, what if it's Brunson next time, or what if it's OG? Like, for me to believe in the Knicks, I need to see them fully healthy going into the playoffs, and we ain't seen that yet. So I see them still as a playoff team, maybe a 5, maybe a 4, but I don't see them as a top 3 Eastern team next year. I know Mikal Bridges is a stud, but I just don't see that happening the way that they had this miracle run this year.
I see them as a dark horse, maybe around 4, like you said, Noobsy, because now that Philly got Paul George, I feel like it goes back to the same 3: Milwaukee, Boston, and Philly. I feel like those are the top 3 teams that you got to look out for in the East, and those going to be the top 3 in there.
And even with Philly, it's about their health too, because them boys don't stay healthy. Paul George is not the healthiest player in the world either. So, you know, you take a 34-year-old Paul George and you put him in there with Philly. Yeah, Tyrese Maxey is going to get his. You know, you still got, like you said, Kelly Oubre is still there. You got campaign. I ain't gonna talk about campaign.
No,
He out
we
there
not gonna
wilding
waste
out.
time on it.
We gonna talk. We gonna
He
talk
crazy.
about campaign. This man getting arrested for not giving the police his
The
real
real
name.
name.
But
Come
Mm-hmm.
we
on,
ain't.
man.
But all in all, Philly, it's all about health. And just like any other year in the playoffs, the healthiest team usually wins. Boston managed to win it all with having just one hobbled player, and that was Porzingis. Porzingis was their only player who was kind of in and out of the lineup because of his injuries. Everybody else was dismantled with injuries. Everybody else injuries galore. Milwaukee, Giannis was out of there. Dame was in and out of the lineup. Middleton was in and out of the lineup. Miami, Jimmy Butler, the best player on the team, was out of there. Indiana, Tyrese Halliburton, he missed a portion of that series as well. So
Mm-hmm.
the East was riddled with injuries. So Boston, not to take nothing from them, they did that thing. But health, the healthiest team usually wins. And that's what I think it's going to come down to at the end of the day. And that's all I got on that.
Yeah.
That's valid. That's valid.
With the Knicks
Yeah.
adding Mike People Bridges, I like a comment that Draymond made that he feels like during the regular season that may be one of the toughest teams to play against. Just with Thibodeau style, how he likes to hard nose players, and the
Mm-hmm.
chemistry the boys is gonna have. Brunson, Hart, Divinchenko, Bridges from playing in college. I feel like it's gonna be intense. It's gonna be hard to beat them at home. I think they could possibly see high, but they may have trouble getting over that hump because the East is just where you're gonna need one of those best players in the world with Embiid and Giannis over there, especially now that Philly got Paul George. But between the Knicks upgrading with adding Bridges, trading the rest of their picks, and with Philly getting Paul George, I think they're gonna make it hard for Boston to just walk back to the finals.
I don't
I
think
agree.
Facts.
I don't think they gonna
Facts.
make it. I don't think they going back. It's gonna be tough because
I
now
agree. I think
once
they
you
need
win
a
the
big man.
championship, it's a whole like trying to retain and win again. It's different. It's not like just winning the first time. Like you got teams making moves. You got more players motivated. You got what I'm saying. Like there's other things involved with it too. Being
Target
back
on your back.
and
Yes,
being
sir.
healthy too.
But they got a squad though. Boston is
They do.
they
They
loaded
loaded.
up, man.
Yep,
They
Derek White
loaded.
They
is read
loaded.
up. Jason
And
Tatum
they
is
read
read
up
up.
everybody.
Yeah, I
They read
mean,
up everybody.
they the champ, so we gotta hold to them like they people coming from our heads. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they loaded up. I mean, I
Until
mean, if you can take Tatum out the game and they still beat you by 20, you know what I mean? Take Brown out the game, they still up by 15, 20 points. I mean, they got some shooters on their squad. So
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
what the Knicks need is at least one a big dude that's gonna be able to get past. Like you say, you got to get past Giannis and Embiid. Yeah, I mean, they got to get somebody that's gonna be able to compete with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's where they're gonna hit that stop at right there. Either Giannis gonna get him or Embiid gonna get him.
Because who they said
Definitely.
Mitchell Robinson? Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think.
Mitchell Robinson. And he don't
he
never
can't
stay
stay in
healthy
the game.
either.
Oh
He
Yeah,
yeah,
don't
he
never
gonna
stay
do it.
healthy. This cat never healthy. Yo, like that's what I'm saying. Like Knicks fans be so hopeful about what their team can look like when healthy, but them boys ain't never healthy. Like
Mm-hmm.
Julius Randle, every year is something going on with him. One year is his leg, then it's his shoulder, then it's this, then it's that. And you got Mitchell Robb, and then you got Jalen Brunson playing 1 million minutes a night. Like I don't know how long they can keep this style of play up with such fragile players. They have a fragile team, and until them boys prove to me that they can go into the postseason fully healthy, I don't know. We just gonna have to wait and see about that. We just gonna have to see. So, um, as far as all of those moves, I think I like everybody's move. I like the move for Philly. I like the move for Dallas. I like the move for the Spurs. I like everybody's moves that they made so far. Cleveland retaining Donovan Mitchell. I like to see it. There's still going to be a lot more, so we just got to wait and see what happens with the rest of the offseason and see how things go with the offseason with that. But y'all lay around for it because we're going to have plenty more. Now, what we're going to do here is something new that we haven't done before, and I don't think no other podcast out there is doing it, but we about to do it now with the two different generations. Since we got everybody here right now, we're going to go into a new segment that we got called Closing Moments. And in Closing Moment segment, we're going to take some of the greatest historic sporting games that y'all have ever seen, that we have seen in our life. We're going to look at the last 2 minutes of the game and call the game ourselves. And we're going to witness some of the wildest finishes that y'all have ever seen. So also drop in the comments if y'all have any games that y'all remember that y'all saw that had some crazy finishes, whether it's basketball, football, boxing, skiing, badminton. I don't care what it is. Whatever y'all like, whatever y'all think needs to go in the closing moments, y'all make sure y'all drop it in there. TZ is going to have a poll coming up real soon, so y'all make sure y'all vote Instagram, on what games y'all want to see.
At Sports Time _Zone.
Let them know. Sports Time _Zone. You can get at yours truly, brother Noomsi. You can get at my man Q. You can get at KJ. You can holler at TZ. All of us. Just drop it in the comments and let us know what y'all looking at. So this game that we about to get into right now, I'm gonna let my man Q get ready to cue it up. Q, by the way, y'all welcome Q once again to the show. He's our producer, so shout out to Q. Big salute to Q, producer in the building.
All right,
I'm gonna set the stage for y'all.
Yep. Set it up.
This game that we about to look at. Right now.
I've been trying to guess all week.
Both of you y'all boys might not have even been born when this game was played. This is a second round playoff game between the Indiana Pacers and the New York Knicks. Let me set the stage a little bit. The New York Knicks at the time, the starting point guard was Greg Anthony. The two guard was John Starks. The center was Patrick Ewing. They also had Anthony Mason on that team. Anthony Mason was a bulldog. If y'all know about Anthony Mason, he was a hard-nosed bulldog player. Anthony Mason. Flip the script on the other side to the Indiana Pacers. Their point guard, Mark Jackson. I know y'all know who Mark Jackson is. Mark Jackson, backup point guard, Travis Best. Two guard, Reggie Miller. Starting center, a 7'3" Dutchman by the name of Rick Smits, the Duncan Dutchman. Not to mention two of the hardest enforcers in the league at the time, the Davis boys, Antonio Davis and Dale Davis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, KJ. Yeah, okay. You know it. 1995.
Oh yeah,
second round playoff game. Not even born yet. The New York Knicks were in control of this series. This was a game 6, which could have potentially been the end of Indiana's season. But again, New York Knicks had the lead going into the final quarter. KJ, go ahead. I'm sorry, Q, go ahead and cue it up. We're going to take this from about the 2-minute mark of the fourth quarter, and we're going to call it right here on the Sports Time Zone, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Y'all get ready. And again, drop in the comments if y'all looking for a game y'all want us to call. Holla at your boy. I've been waiting for this one.
So you got 154 right here?
Yes, sir. 145. Yes, sir. 140. Yeah, 145. Let's get it. All right. You got check your boy Reggie at the top of the screen.
Oh, that's good defense. See?
That was good. That's that hard-nosed 90s defense. That's that.
Yeah, that hard competitive defense.
They got one of the Davis boys right there. Dale Davis.
Too. It's packed out of the garden.
You know the Garden be right.
New York is up by 4 points with like a minute left. They about to put Indiana away. 1 minute left. 1 minute and 15. The New York Knicks. Is that Pat Riley? Coach Pat Riley. Look at the young Pat Riley. It's the back of his slick back here. Pat Riley is 100 years old right now, but
Oakley had possession.
Hold on, who was that out on?
This game giving me kind of
timeout. Knicks possession.
bad execution.
3 times effectively.
They gave him
That's
timeout.
That's back when you can do that.
Bad execution.
Or you want
That's
to
back when they let you do the jumping timeouts.
See, they got it.
They going inside.
Patrick Ewing down low.
Get that out of here.
I'm doubling him.
Davis with the block.
Reggie with a quick
Reggie.
That's a 4-point
game.
swing right
6
there.
seconds left.
Who that is? Anthony Mason bringing the ball up. Oh yeah, he's a point forward.
See why he got the ball?
He's a point forward. Patrick Ewing down low again.
There you go. Okay, I like the double.
Turnaround fade.
I
Oh,
like the double.
the tip in. That
At
boy
least they
Anthony
double.
Mason was hardcore.
Hey, Anthony Mason used to have the flyest haircuts around.
4-point
Yeah,
game.
he did. He had a design in his head every game.
Every game.
That double.
Look at it again. Okay. Yo, Patrick Ewing was automatic with that turnaround. He used to be.
Oh yeah.
He used to be automatic with that. Like for a big man, he had a nice jump shot. He had a nice touch for a big man. Like you couldn't really block his jump shot. Look at Greg Anthony. Look at a young Greg Anthony back then, man. Greg Anthony's a commentator for NBA TV now. He was the point guard.
He better have made this free throw. You know how I feel about free throws.
Yeah, I don't know if he made this. Anthony Mason, what? Look how far back he's shooting from. Look at where he's shooting from the free throw line.
Oh, he missed it.
Offensive rebound. You got
They got their own rebound. Hold on, that's a 5. Yeah, that's a 4-point game now. That was a good foul because they had to stop the clock. That's Larry Brown.
It would have been practical. It would have been ideal to get a rebound.
Right.
Yeah, they go Rick Smith's on the bench. I think he was in foul. Yeah, he had already fouled out. Little Greg Anthony. John Starks at the line. Made the first one. He was the first one of the first 3-and-D guys. Like he could play D and he could hit that 3-point shot, man. John Starks. People don't really talk too much about John Starks, but he was one of the best Knicks players that they had back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Got a 6-point game with 24 seconds left.
24 seconds left.
Somebody gotta get it stopped.
Yeah, John Starks got that iconic dunk over Jordan.
Yeah, I remember that. Left-handed baseline. He came baseline with the left-handed dunk on Jordan and Horace Grant. Horace Grant was in there too.
Think they go for a quick 2 or they go for the 3?
I ain't gonna tell you.
I think I don't even remember honestly.
They going for the 3. I said they go for the 3.
You gotta go for it.
24 seconds. I mean, you got Reggie on your team, so Byron Scott. Oh man, I forgot Byron Scott was on that team too.
The older one though.
Yeah, this was the old Byron Scott. This wasn't the LA Lakers Byron Scott. He was on his way out the league by the time he was playing for Indiana.
Yeah. And you know what? I don't know if this year did they draft Jalen Rose?
Yeah, Jalen Rose. That was the year they drafted Jalen Rose.
Yeah, because Jalen Rose came this year.
Jalen Rose was on that. Yeah, he was on the bench though, because I don't think he was really getting a lot of minutes.
Yeah, he wasn't getting a lot of minutes there.
Hakeem Olajuwon and John Stockton.
You gotta make them free throws.
Yeah. He made that first one, right?
We need both. We need both. We don't need no split.
Scott hits 2.
Yeah, he made them both. Down 4 points.
There's the immediate foul. Greg Anthony.
Yeah, they gotta stop the clock. Who they fouled?
With 18.7 seconds left.
It look like
commentator.
Greg Anthony.
103.99.
Greg Anthony.
Commentating Greg Anthony.
No, I know Greg Anthony. He's commentating on NBA.
That's Larry Brown.
Yeah.
Okay, Larry Brown.
He is.
This Madison Square Garden arena.
He on 2K, I think.
For them overall.
Yeah.
seemed to be
Yeah, and he coached
this
the
Pacer
Philadelphia
team beat New York.
76ers when they had Iverson.
They're gonna
When
have to play
Iverson
a
went
lot
to the
better than they
finals,
played
that was
today.
their coach.
Anthony gets the first one.
Larry Brown
Yeah,
coached the
yeah.
Pistons
Them
when they won
left-handed
all
shooters.
four.
Break with Ewing
Yeah.
in early
Yeah.
careless foul trouble. Both teams feeling their way out. The game never achieved its flow.
They were
until
4-28 at Madison Square
Harper
Garden.
gets ejected.
Dang, them boys,
Oh,
they
yeah,
can't
that's
even
not
get a
doing
win
that,
in the
bro.
Garden.
Smith has a monster game.
They couldn't get. So what's the score now? Hold on, they're gonna show it.
Down
Down
105 with
105.
18 seconds left.
They still
That's
down
a
6.
6-point lead with
18.7 seconds left.
18.7 seconds to go in the game.
The Knicks
That's
defense
like, and
stifling
by
today.
today in today's NBA,
As expected,
it probably would be over.
Pacer offense
I would think. For Houston and Utah, I remember that was the year that Houston went all the way and won it all. I think Houston won it all that year.
Yeah, 95.
That's the year that Jordan was playing baseball this year.
Other than fading to his left across the key.
Yeah, Houston
All
did
right,
it
let's see what the-
95, 96.
I think they going for a 3 again. You might as well go for the 3.
Let's see what the setup is right here. They down by 6. Well, 18 seconds left.
You got to find Reggie. There he is.
Miller for 3.
Got to.
Right.
Reggie Miller with a clutch
Got
trade.
3-point game.
How you losing him though? You got
3-point game.
You got to stick.
Oh
him.
shit! Nigga went down, went back to the line.
Hey, that's crazy. That's execution. That's what I'm saying. That's bad execution.
2 quick threes, tied it up.
That's a dumb pass.
He scored 6
Look at
points
Pat
in 5
Riley's face.
seconds.
A 3.
Look at Pat Riley's
Back-to-back
face,
threes,
man.
Point line and hit again.
Hey, somebody was going to the bathroom, miss everything.
Yep, all of that.
Somebody in that stadium went down to the bathroom. Oh, this is over. We won this. Miss everything.
Just like that. Hold up. First, Reggie hits the
Good shot.
three.
I think you can steal off the inbound.
Bam. And then look, John Starks. Anthony fell down and Reggie got it back. Oh man.
Oh my God, missing free throw.
This nigga
That's what killed him. Starks. He wasn't
That's
clutch
it
like
right
that.
there.
Right?
That's
That
a
did
crucial miss, and they just tied the game up.
Hold up, but he got another free throw though. He got another free throw, and Reggie, they ain't show it, but Reggie just said something in his ear.
And he missed both. Oh my God.
He missed them both. Patrick Ewing gets it back. Nope.
Gotta make those free throws.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotta make them.
Look at Pat Riley's face, dog.
That's a 2-point swing right there.
Surefire shooter.
Look at Pat Riley.
He's trying to play it out.
That's why he left New York. He went to Miami after this.
Yeah, he's like, I got to get the hell up out of here.
Come on, Patrick Ewing.
You gotta make
Free
Oh,
throws
my
all
God.
the game.
13 in the game.
Let us know
Point
down
blank.
in the chat how y'all feel about them free throws.
And you think Reggie gonna miss?
No, sir.
No, sir. Reggie
I
is
think
not
he
gonna miss
90%, 91%.
for his career.
For
90
career.
for his career, he was like 91% free throw. You know he ain't missing.
Now you
No,
know
Greg,
Go to the
Anthony.
rim. Put the pressure on the refs. Yes, attack. No foul.
and that's all she wrote.
No, this ain't no foul. This is not this generation, Dave. This is the 90s. There's no foul on that. There ain't no foul. You talking about no foul?
That was like a little push though.
That was an epic. Look at this boy Reggie was hyped up. You want to look at it again? You said that was a push. He said that was a push. Q. Let's look at.
It's some free throws. Them free throws change the game.
Run it back.
Run it back right here. Where's the push? He just fell. He fell.
Yeah.
Ain't no push.
Yeah, that's how you win.
Yeah.
He stumped it.
How you win.
He ain't work on that left hand, so he couldn't.
But that all comes down to free throws. Free throws.
So with 18 seconds left, the Knicks was winning by 6 points. With 18 seconds left, them boys was up by 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Mark Jackson, Reggie. That's an epic game, man. That's why I say
The Knicks gave him a chance.
I like
Reggie.
that one.
I
I like
love
that one.
Klay
That's a
Thompson,
great-
but I
that's a
don't know,
great
man.
point.
Reggie was just different.
And
Reggie
Dan
was
Hicks has
different.
Reggie
All
Miller.
them clutch
Dan?
shots.
All right,
He
Tom,
made
just
2
an
clutch threes
unexpected
and
turn
then
of
2
events
clutch
there at
free
the
throws.
last minute. What was going through your mind? You knew you had to get a quick couple threes.
See, that's
Well,
what I
we knew
say.
you
It
had
comes
to
down
get
to
through. We were down by
execution.
6.
I think the
If
Knicks
we got a quick three on
they
that,
didn't
we knew they had
execute
no
that last
timeouts.
10
We
seconds,
pressure the
and they
ball.
made free throws.
We overplayed Anthony.
That
Made
right
him
there,
show
that
to make it
bam,
3.
and then
We almost cost us the game.
Hey, how he fall twice? He fell down twice.
twice, and then he went back.
We came up big. Reggie,
What
maybe
you
the
think,
difference
KJ?
between this year's team
I
and last
mean,
year's
I don't
this
understand
team
how you just
never
throw the
gave
ball
up
to
hope
the
during
other
the last
team. Like, why would you throw the ball to
even
the
though it looked
teammate
like
who
you were on the
failed?
losing end. Last year, I'm not gonna lie. Coming in
I mean,
here,
I feel like if you falling in bounds, chuck the
we
ball
feel we can
full
sweep
court.
this team. This is for
Why
you,
would
Indiana.
you pass
Who
the
was
ball?
inbounding that ball, Q? Who inbounded
All
the
right,
ball?
Dan.
Let's go
Reggie
back to
Miller.
that
Yeah,
inbound. Who was
Anthony
that who
Normally.
inbounded it?
Reggie.
Yeah, they're gonna
I
hit me
think
with
that
it.
was I don't know who that was,
Once
but
again,
yeah, like
That was a great shot. Good shot by Reggie for hitting the first one, but the second you can't turn the ball over. Like free throws is turnovers.
How great
You
is
ain't
that play?
Right back up to stay together.
yeah, I don't think
crazy.
99,
I don't think that
95.
whoever inbounded that ball,
New York leading.
I don't think that they knew
He gets the shot.
that
Miller's gonna make
Greg
sets the
Anthony
screen, he
fell.
steps behind, makes the first jumper. On the inbound pass, Greg
This is what
Anthony
killed me.
Okay, so who is
They
that?
doubled Greg
He-
Anthony,
to him. The ball gets
and
New
he
York leading
falls.
Yeah, they
103-99.
doubled him,
Rush. He rushed that pass.
and then he fell.
Well, Larry Brown said that his Pacer team square guard.
I think honestly
Ewing, but still
that was a bad inbound pass, and they had a timeout too. They could have just called a
The
timeout.
record for both teams in a playoff game.
I want to say one of the Davis boys inbounded.
Reggie Miller with a
No, that's
straight.
Anthony
no,
Mason.
that's Mason, Anthony
That's
Mason.
Anthony Mason. See, and then he jumped and then threw it. Like
And honestly, he just threw the ball to the other team. He just threw the ball straight to Reggie Miller.
no need to foul. And that's
he threw it straight to Reggie. He threw it straight to Reggie. Hey man,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what he was doing on that, man.
105-102. And a steal. Miller.
Yeah, like you say, just throw it, chunk it down court.
Yeah, or if you ain't sure, call a timeout. But you don't give Reggie, especially after.
If you see one up, it's open in the top. You just throw it like throw
Who
it
was
up.
he looking at? What was he
I
looking
have
at?
no idea.
He threw it straight to the other team.
And why Reggie looked right at Spike Lee after he made that shot? Every time Reggie make a shot, he look at Spike Lee. Every
That's
time.
why this series was so personal between them two, because all the bad blood they got from back then.
Yeah, it was a lot of bad blood. Man, that's one of the greatest games. So yeah, man. Y'all definitely in the comments. Y'all make sure y'all drop a comment on that. Like, what was Anthony Mason thinking? I know I got some New York Knicks fans that's out there watching this, and I know this was hard to watch. Y'all, they probably ain't even watch it. They don't want to relive that. I know Kev ain't want to relive it, but that's crazy, man. Salute to Reggie Miller, though. One of the most epic closing moments that I've ever witnessed in a basketball game. Them boys were down by like 6 points with 18 seconds left. Reggie Miller makes a three, gets a steal, and then he has the mental capacity to turn back and run to the three-point line, turn around and jack it up. That's not easy to do, y'all. I know that is not easy to do. Like with that kind of pressure and that kind of momentum, going like that. So what was Mason thinking?
Shot. I'll give Reggie Miller that. That was a big shot. That was a huge shot.
And he had many of those throughout his career. Like Reggie was the best when the game was on the line. Like when it was a close game, that's when Reggie made the majority of his shots. The game is out of hand. Reggie is Reggie. But when the game is close and it's like you need a bucket and it's 2-3 seconds left, Reggie got a whole lot of those. So y'all can go and hit YouTube and look up some of Reggie Miller's buzzer beaters. He's got a lot of those. That's just what he did. So that's why I feel like Reggie is one of the greatest shooters. One of the greatest shooters. He was taking a lot of his three-pointers were way behind the three-point line. He was shooting from Steph range before Steph. So shout out to Reggie. Salute to Reggie. New York Knicks, Indiana Pacers, one of the greatest games that we ever witnessed. I don't know. We got some more games that we got coming for y'all later on down the line. All summer long, we're gonna be hitting y'all with them. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned for
it's
that.
Time for that new generation game now. Trying to change the tide around.
Next episode, we got a new generation game.
My man, young boys.
My man TZ is gonna be back in the building with the new generation game. So that's what we got going on for that. Before we wrap it up, though, you know we always gotta have a history moment. My man Q is in the building with that. So I don't know what Q got for us for a history moment today, but there's gonna be some education coming in at us. My man Q, anything at all you want to enlighten the fans and educate us about some sports history for our history moment of the day.
All right, so I just picked a player for this one that some of the young may not know about. So today player who I chose, everybody can check him out. Was a great player, and he goes by the name of Brandon Roy. If you don't know who Brandon Roy is,
Brandon Roy
was a beast.
Brandon Roy is. Y'all better know who Brandon Roy is.
But he was one of those players that, he didn't have a long career, kind of like the Derrick Rose situation where injuries kind of plagued him. But if he was on the right team, if he didn't get hurt, he would probably be one of the greatest, to ever play the game. Like, considered that he only played for a short period of time. So if you ever, check out a lot of highlights, he got a lot of great highlights. That man can jump, man. He jump out the gym on you, dunk on your head,
Yeah. No real weaknesses. No real weakness. He was a 3-level scorer.
I never witnessed Brandon Roy, but I know who he was.
Yeah, I can show you a couple clips of
games and highlights.
Yeah, Portland had some bad luck with those injuries. Him and Greg Oden might have been they seen their whole rebuild, their whole future go down the toilet. Bad knees.
Yeah, most definitely.
It was
unfortunate. Yeah. So when we do the history moments, I wanted to make it be somebody that, maybe like forgotten, somebody who probably didn't get to go their full career or may not have been known as, as other people has, kind of educated.
Yeah.
He was bad. He was definitely bad.
He was definitely bad, man. 3-level scorer. He could finish at the rim. He had a mid-range pull-up and he could hit the three. Like that was a rarity at that time in the league where a guy could finish at the rim, get you buckets mid-range, great free throw shooter, and he could shoot the long ball. So, yeah, salute to Brandon Roy, Portland Trailblazers. Portland, y'all stand up. I know it's some Trailblazer fans out there that remember Brandon Roy. So this history moment is for Brandon Roy. We're going to run a quick clip, highlight. There we go. Brandon Roy getting buckets. When I say, look at him. And that floater was crazy.
The split.
Brandon Roy, didn't he play the point? He was the one, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was point guard.
He was a combo. Yeah, he played one, but he could also play the two.
Yeah.
He was primarily the one.
Yeah, his 3-ball was crazy.
Crazy.
He could line you up from downtown. He could line you up, man. I wish his career could have been longer, man. Like we were robbed of possibly one of the greatest players. Like you say, one of the greatest, could have been one of the best to do it. He didn't have no weakness. He could lock you down. His defense was stellar too. People don't talk about his defense. He could defend too. So, man, look at that.
For defense. I think he averaged about 2 or 3.
He put Grant Hill in that 1-on-1 pick and roll.
You see that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's on Richardson.
Count that. Pull up. Remember I said that mid-range pull up? Oh, he had that in his bag too. He had all that in his bag. Look at LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
LaMarcus Aldridge back in. Oh, man. Aldridge, Brandon Roy lining him up.
He didn't miss back then. He could not miss.
Oh, yeah. His little mid-range was crazy, too. And he had a nice little touch around the basket. Yeah. Man, Brandon could get up, too. If his knees would have just held up.
Yeah, this is after the first knee surgery.
Yeah, and this is
So
not
he
even the
wasn't big.
prime brand. This is after the surgery.
This is not. Yeah.
That's when he started relying more on that jump shot. But he
And
was
took
a
Portland
beast.
deep in the playoffs pretty much by himself. Like he pretty much is the star on this team right here.
Yeah. He carried him. Didn't Portland have Zach Randolph at one point too? Ruben Patterson, but
Yeah.
they wasn't what they became eventually. They were still unproven. Look at that. Oh, that's on Jason Terry, one of the best defenders in the league. And then crossed over Jason Kidd. Get some, Jason. Get some, Jason. Get some, Jason. Get some. On Dirk, too. Oh, he's 7-footer. Line it up. Whack him. He on a 7-footer.
Crossover. Step back.
It looked like he want to go left, too. A lot of these he going left. Yeah, left.
Yeah, because he brought it back to his left. And these are elite defenders that are in front of him. Jason Kidd was he was all defensive, and so was Jason Terry. These are top notch. And then, is that Sean Marion?
Sean Marion. At that point, he can jump, man.
Mm-hmm. He could jump, and he was elite defender.
And elite.
It didn't matter who was in front of Brandon Roy. He's cooking elite defenders. These are elite defenders he's cooking.
Yeah, him and Kobe used to go in.
Man. They used to have duels. Yeah, they used to go in back and forth. On Artest. He just crossed over. He just crossed over Ron Artest. Like one of the greatest defenders of all time.
Is that T-Mac out there?
That's just crazy. That was ridiculous. And that's a game winner in overtime over T-Mac. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, if he got to play with some of the space that they get out there nowadays.
Yeah.
Ooh, T-Mac, sit down.
Why they both fall?
He sat McGrady down. And that was Ron Artest in his face. Man, this was a good one, Q. This was a good choice, Q. Brandon Roy, this was a good choice for the history moment. Y'all youngsters, man, I hope y'all know who this guy is.
Oh, you see that?
Same game.
That's the game. We'll run that back.
Wait, when they just up?
That was wild.
0.8.
They were 0.8 seconds. And he got a quick release with that. They ain't show that, but probably T-Mac, probably McGrady, probably hit a jump shot or something. But that's crazy, man. Yeah, man. Salute Brandon Roy, one of the all-time greats. I think he should be a Hall of Famer. If y'all let us know in the comments if y'all feel like Brandon Roy should be in the Hall of Fame. Like, I know he ain't really lived to his full potential, but just from what we saw right there, just from those highlights alone and those little clips, I feel like Brandon Roy, he solidified his spot in the Basketball World Hall of Fame. So salute to the history moment. Brandon Roy, once again, shout out to you. We're going to continue to do this week after week. When we come back with the next episode, we'll have another history moment as we always do. 2-minute drill, wrap up time. One thing that I want to touch on real quick in the 2 minutes, and I'm going to keep it brief because I'll let everybody get their words off for the last 2 minutes. But Miami Heat, y'all make a move, man. The whole East is getting better. We sitting here watching Paul George get signed by Philadelphia. Donovan Mitchell got re-signed by Cleveland. Orlando Magic just went and got a veteran themselves. Who did Orlando just sign? They just signed somebody.
They got KCP.
KCP. The entire East is getting better. Boston Celtics just solidified their squad. So they're going to be there for a minute. Pat Riley, wake up, fam. Wake up. What is you doing? You not making no moves. You ain't pulling the trigger on nothing. We came up short with Dame last summer. We talked about we wanted Donovan Mitchell. Now he re-signed, so we ain't getting him. Now we talking about DeMar DeRozan. I don't even want to get my hopes up no more because it's starting to feel like every time I feel like we're going to get somebody, we don't get them. Pat Riley, wake up, man. You 80-something years old. If you ain't got it no more, step down and let some young blood come up in there and make some moves. Because you ain't did nothing. You ain't did nothing since the big three, since we had LeBron, Chris Bosh, and Wade. And that wasn't even you. That was Dwayne Wade who drafted them boys. And then you turned around and didn't pay Dwayne Wade, and he goes to Chicago Bulls because you ain't want to pay him. Pat Riley, get it together. Heat Nation, get it together. We need to start putting some pressure on Pat Riley. This ain't gonna work. They're not gonna make it. Everything that you're doing right now is telling me that you not cut out for this job no more. You signing these D-League players. You giving these rookies all these ridiculous contracts. You gave Tyler Hero $90 million. You gave Tyler Hero $100 and something million, and you turn around and gave Duncan Robinson $90 million, but you let go of Max Strus and Gabe Vincent. What is my blood clot I go on here? So what a bomber clot right now, dude. Me done with your Pat Riley. Please do something before this summer is over so that I don't have an aneurysm. Pat Riley, please. That's all I got. Y'all boys got it.
What you got to get up your chest, KJ, these last 2 minutes?
Man, I want everybody to lay off of Bronny, man. Just everybody let Bronny do what he gonna do. We can't be mad at Bron for getting his son in the league. We've been seeing that on all levels. Anybody who done played sports before done played on a team where the coach's son was on the team. It is no different. You know, it's the politics of the games we love. Let's just hope the best for him and take our expectations off of him. Don't have no jealous feelings toward him. And LeBron and the Lakers is not wrong for giving him the opportunity to prove himself, because I do think he is a professional basketball player. I do think he put in the work. And if we just give him the room to grow, give him time, he can have a good career. We could be looking at Bronny years after LeBron retires.
Salute, Bronny. Salute, Bronny.
Yeah,
Q, any closing words, Q?
I'm just ready for football season, man. It ain't really nothing to watch, so man, let's go ahead, man. But football season.
Yeah.
Hey, I like that hat, my boy. You know what I'm saying?
Let's diehard fans since 30, 40 years plus, you know. So I'm just ready to try to chase this three-peat.
Yeah.
I just want to see what it's gonna look like with what we got in KC with Brown and Worthy. So hopefully Rice get unsuspended. Y'all boys, stay out of jail, man. Stay out of trouble, man. Stop doing all that extra stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Just go home, man. Just chill. You got your little skeezer, man. Pay her the money. Don't stop running out the room. Whatever you doing, man. Y'all just do the right thing, man. Just do
who
the right
did that? Antonio, who did that?
Old boy ran out the room on a lady, man. Had her chasing them for the money down the hallway. Like, come on, man. Like, just pay the money, bro. Do what you got to do, man.
It ain't like they ain't got it, man. Pay that money, man. Like, real talk, pay that money.
They got that money for sure.
Pay that money. All right.
They wouldn't even pick up the phone for them if they ain't had the money. So
they got the bread. Just break that bread. TZ Day, what you got for the last little chunk of time? Oh man.
Like Q said, I'm gonna piggyback off Q off the football side, man. I can't wait for the football and get it going. Ready for basketball to come back too. Y'all go tap in. The tennis tournament on Wimbledon is on for the next 2 weeks, so y'all go tap into tennis. And shout out to my baby. Shout out to my baby Kayla Clark. She got that dub yesterday against a team for the first time that's over 500. They haven't beat a team all year that's been 500 or better. So they got their first dub. And check in tonight. They play the Aces. It should be a good game.
Stay tuned. Y'all see what it is. That's what's up. Also, y'all lay around for the Olympics. Summer Olympic Games coming up real soon. I'll be interested to see the basketball, a little bit of track and field, a little gymnastics. I'll be watching them gymnast girls go them little beams and the little flips and tucks and all that. So salute to all of them too, man. But yeah, make sure y'all follow on
Hit that
IG.
like, share, subscribe button. Follow us on Instagram.
Thanks for having me on here. I hope I can come back.
Let's get it.
Yes,
Of
sir.
course, KJ. Yeah, KJ, we're going to definitely have you back on. Appreciate you for being here and joining us today. We love it, man.
Sir.
2 different generations. We got both perspectives on sports. We're going to do it up again. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Sportstime_zone. Yours truly, brother Noomsy. For Q, for TZ Biggie, and for my man KJ. Salute and peace out once again. Yeah. That was a good one. That was a good.